Good afternoon, everybody. This is our mic check. If you can hear us, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Let us know that the video and the audio is working. Thanks for watching today. We'll start right at 3 o'clock.
Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing good today. On this beautiful day, kind of cloudy, but the weather's good outside. At least it's not cold and rainy yet. My name's Ted Rumley. I'm your county chairman, and I want to give you our daily update. I'll start with the actually weekend and all. I mentioned Cloudland Canyon, and they did have a decent week up there. It wasn't too crowded, but still, they were averaging 80 to 90 cars, and still a lot of people. And so we did send the letter resolution to the governor, as I said this past week, that we passed commissioners to ask him to close the park at least through April. Not heard back from him. Also, the northern region of Georgia, and I said a little bit about this yesterday, but there's counties all the way from northeast Georgia, Rayburn, all the way to Dade, all the way across, all your mountain counties that have state parks. They submitted actually a kind of a regional letter with signatures, and that was submitted yesterday, I think around 10 o'clock or 11. And so also, since then, some of the other counties have called me this morning, talked to me. One in particular that joins us, or that practically touches Chattooga County. Jason over there, he's drafting a letter also for they have the Sloppy Floyd State Park over there, and he said it was just unreal, And so we're getting a lot of out-of-state people, a lot of Tennessee, a lot of Alabama now, because their state parks are closed. And it's not being rude about it or anything. We feel like we're doing the right thing because, as you know, it's to keep the virus contained. And so we should be getting a response back in the next day or two, and I'll bring you up to date on that. The driver's license people from the Atlanta driver's license services had contacted us this morning. Talked to him for quite a while on the phone. They're shut down statewide, but Dade County, we're kind of unique in the state, and we're shut down also, but we're the only center in the whole state of Georgia that's open on Mondays. And the reason being is because of the, for those of you who don't know, we jointly, several years ago, because our people were having to drive all the way across the mountain to Rock Springs to get their license, we did a joint venture with the lineman school in Dade County here, and we split those people's salaries over there. So we pay those people on Monday because normally they're off. The people that work for the driver's license services are off on Sundays and Mondays. So we do that and offer that as a service to Dade County, which a lot of people use it. But also we're getting a lot of people from out of the county that use it also, because it is a state facility. So they called us because they're having a lot of people call pertaining to CDL license. They'd either possibly have jobs pending on those, because their license may be fixing to run out or whatever. So they're looking at trying to work something out with them to come in. Hopefully, I don't know. He mentioned the 15th or sometime after the 15th, and they're wanting to work with us. And we'll just play it by ear on this to see how the virus is going and how the governor looks at this. And they were talking about coming to Dade and letting some of those people come in to test, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. He's supposed to get back with us, and of course that'll be up to the our building that we use. Of course, is the sheriff's office, the sheriff's department, and our jail's tied into it. So I explained to him that's really crucial. We can't just let anybody go in now there. The sheriff right now, anybody that goes in and out of that building, it's locked. Their temperature's checked, even attorneys and all. And so it's a big deal. It's a big deal for those people that need them, but it's a big deal for us to kind of to have our watch up and not let our guard down. But I'll keep you up on that. The elections. Talked to Luana this morning, or she came in and talked to me, and Dawn for a while, lengthy. The elections, from what we gather now, and from what she has reported, they're all going to happen. I mean, they're going to happen, and they're going to keep their May schedule. But the problem is, and it's throughout all of Georgia, is poll workers, because a lot of our poll workers throughout Georgia and Dade County particularly, they're refusing to work because they're worried. Some of them are not necessarily elderly, but they're older people, and they have a right to stay home, and so we're asking today for people to come in and talk to Luana, fill out whatever paperwork that's needed to be poll workers, poll watchers, poll workers, out in the county, because from what I understand, they're going to every precinct will have to open, because we even had mentioned possibly centralizing some of it, but that can't happen, but so every poll, every place in Dade County that we have has to be manned, and there's a mandated number of people that have to be there. And so some of these people, they're not, especially if things keep going on, and it looks like they are, then we've got to have people to hold the election. So, if you're interested in it, and talk to Luana, she can actually explain to you what has to be done and the requirements and all, and the training, so please keep that on your mind, and because if not, I'm not sure what the Secretary of State or what the state will make us do, but they may bring in people from out of state. I know some of the states that I've read about, just yesterday we were reading about, some of them even have brought in even some of the National Guard people to help them. Some of them have went out and reached out to their schools, and some for their school teachers, some of the teachers to come in, and they volunteered to step up. Now that's on the presidential primary election, which there's one going on today, I think, didn't you say Nebraska or somewhere? I think anyway, and that's what they had to do. So anyway, keep that on mind, because that is really important. Let's see here now. I'll go ahead and give you a report today. Now we've got some of these counties, they have increased, very minimal, but up one. Dade, start with Dade County. We're the same, thank goodness. So hang in there and just keep doing what you're doing, because we're doing something right. So right now we just have one confirmed case, and of course that's the one we've had for weeks. So there's no confirmed new cases. Walker County, they're at 1. They're from 3 to 4. Coos County, they're up 6 to 7. So that's up 1. Tortuga, they're also up 1. They went from 3 to 4. The Whitfield County, they went up 4, and Whitfield's is a big county, and they have increased to 4. Floyd, Gordon, and Bartow, they've also increased. Bartow increased from 179 to 187, and of course that's getting closer and closer to the one of the hot spots, which is Atlanta. In Tennessee, the Hamilton County, they went from 79 to 85. Marion County went from 16 to 20. Squatchy, they stayed the same. Meg stayed the same. We also, Jackson County, they went from 15 to 18. That's 3. and DeKalb County, which they actually touch us also, they're the same. They stayed the same. So really, all in all, I mean, we've still got a lot of people out there that have been tested, not just in Dade County, but all over our tri-county area. And so those numbers will vary, up and down. Hopefully, we've kind of leveled off, and you might expect an increase, a small increase, but hopefully we're getting to that curve, like I said yesterday, and we're fixing to break over that curve and the numbers start going down. We have several people here today to talk to us. We do have the school system here today, and we have the sheriff and Alex. I'm not sure what he's going to get back in here or not. He's on another conference call with GMA and FEMA. And so that's most of the time that's a lengthy call. I know he's been on there about 45 minutes, and so if he comes back in, he'll go last. But we'll go ahead and let me see who we want next. I think our school system. Yep, Josh Ingle, come on up and give your report. We appreciate you being here today.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone is enjoying their spring break and your break from digital learning. Our school nutrition ladies will soon start preparing meals to be distributed beginning again on Monday, April the 15th. And that we ask again for, especially those for bus deliveries, if you can have a container or some type of material prepared at the bus stop. This is just for the health and safety of everyone involved. Perhaps you can even use a lawn chair there, and write a number on a piece of paper. If you need 3 meals, they'll put the meals in the lawn chair or whatever container or material you can provide. But those meals again will be delivered on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the buses should approximately arrive about 4 hours later than their normal morning pickup time. Just a reminder about tomorrow's meal and snack for families with children in Dade County. That will be from 3 to 6 p.m. or at least until supplies last. And that will be at Dade County High School. And if you have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to Martha Baker. She is organizing that. Her email address is marthabaker@dadecs.org. And the donations for those meals have been provided by a host of community agencies. For the meals and snacks tomorrow, those donations were provided by Dade County Public Library, Dade First Family Connection, Lookout Mountain Community Services, New Salem Baptist Church, Rising Fawn Baptist Church, Trenton Ministry Center, Trenton United Methodist Church, Tri-State Food Bank, Davis PTO, and Yakenyan Quick Stop. So for all of you that provided those donations for Monday's meal and snack and tomorrow's meal and snack, we can't thank you enough for having those meals provided while the school system is on spring break. So again, we'll start back up on Monday, April the 13th, and those will take place on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My email address is first name, last name. That's Josh Ingle @dadecs.org. Feel free to call or text. My cell number is 423-504-2222. Thank you.
Come on up, Sheriff.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ray Cross, Sheriff of Dade County. With me, I brought some of my staff with me. I've got my major, Barry Irwin with me, my major, and also Cindy Thurman, one of my detectives. Thank you for tuning in every day. I want to thank Ted and Carey. Carey does a behind-the-scenes wonderful job. She's sitting there typing and answering some questions, I know, as we speak, and we appreciate you, Carey. Just want to report that thankfully, in the last 24 hours, we've had 0 arrests in Dade County, so that's a good thing. That tells me a lot of people now are staying home and at least not getting into trouble and things of that sort. Contrary to the rumors that are going around, please understand, but we're not pulling people over just to be pulling them over. Obviously, we still have to enforce laws and stuff, so watch your speed and put your cell phones down and just obey the laws, and you'll be fine. So we're not out here being Gestapos and stuff like that trying to harass the public. So don't think we're going to do that. Also, another rumor we've heard is there a curfew in Dade County. Yes, there is a curfew in Dade County, but it only pertains to people under 18. I think you have 11 or 12 o'clock at night to be in if you're underage, but other than that, there is no curfew. So just want to clear that rumor up. One of the things we're doing in the jail, as I talked yesterday, we're doing a daily cleansing of the jail. Our inmate workers are going around cleaning constantly to make sure we keep any viruses or any colds or anything like that down in the jail. We take our temperatures of anyone entering the jail, and that includes myself. I entered today and took my temperature and recorded it. We have a journal that we're recording all the temperatures in, so that's helping a lot. Making sure we keep our hands washed constantly. We're always washing our hands or either using hand sanitizer as much as possible. So please do that also at your homes, if you would, in businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, we're going to pull through this, and we're going to do it together. This is an effort from everybody in the county, and that's why I'm sure Ted and everyone does these briefings every day to keep you informed and let you know where we're at in this pandemic. But I know as Ted read the numbers a while ago throughout the state of Georgia and other places that even though these numbers are up drastically than what they were, still compared to the population, that's not a large number. So that's one of the good things. Of course, any death is one too many, but at least we're comparative wise to the population, we're doing okay. So we're going to get through this, I promise you. Also on our meals and prescription pickups to the elderly, let me give that number again if you don't have it. It's 706-944-3329. And if you need any help, or if your relatives need any help as far as elderly and sick that need these items picked up, make sure they're prepaid, and we'll provide that service for you. So please let us know. Or you can call our number at the Sheriff's Office, 706-657-3233. That's about all I have today, but I want to thank you again, and just keep your chin up and let's get through this. Thank you.
Good report. Appreciate all of y'all being here. And do want to say a couple more things here. One, I mentioned yesterday, and the government and we'll be closed on Good Friday, and we have Easter Sunday coming up this weekend, and we will be closed except for the transfer station. It will stay open. And I want to mention too, as far as the election goes, we were talking there a minute ago about that. We do have a window there, an outside window that you walk up to. We've had, and there will be a slot there and a sign there where you can actually return your actually received. A lot of the people received these in the mail. Some people did not, but the request for an early voting, early ballot, and when you return those, you can just slip them in the the window there, the slot. And also on the outside, if you've not received one of these ballot requests, we have two bins out there. She's got them on the wall there, and she's actually got those for you to pick up in case you did not receive one in the mail. And you can fill that out, bring it back, and of course it'll be sealed, and put it through that window. And she's also got a drop thing out there you can put it into, a little thing on the wall. And of course, what that means is, they review it, make sure everything is up to date on it and legitimate, and then you'll be mailed an absentee ballot after that. So all that is when you walk up to our building, administrative building. If you'll look to your left where the election's at, they're mounted right on the wall right there. And of course, during the day you can talk to her or talk to someone, but I'm talking about after hours. That way, people get in from work or get in late, they can still, take care of business. I mentioned poll workers a while ago, and she advised us a little while ago that we're not talking about 6 or 8 poll workers. We're talking about, she said she needs roughly about 75 people to come forward. That's hard to believe in Dade County, but that, just to have the extras and all, she said she needs at least 75 people to come forward and and try to do this and help us out on that, or help the elections out. It's pretty much all I've got. I mean, I do want to thank, I try to thank somebody every day, but I thank everyone for working with us, and all our law enforcement, our fire departments, everyone that's come together. But also, we have 2 banks in Dade County. I want to thank the bank, Dade, Citizens Bank. They're constantly, calling us, and if there's anything they can do for us, or for all of us. When I say us, I'm talking about you. They're out there to help, and it gives you a good feeling, to live in a community like we live in, in Dade County, because people do care, and that's a fact. I want to thank Evan Stone over here. I mean, yeah, he's our TV and radio personality, but now he's went overboard, I mean, to keep you informed, especially from our broadcast, because he plays it over and over and over, and we do appreciate that, because he don't have to do that. I mean, that's Evan. But Evan, you got anything you want to add? Anything that's going on that you might need to share with us? Okay. Carey, is there anything, any questions today that we got, or you want to?
I have one question for the sheriff.
Okay. Have a question for Sheriff Cross.
So we did have one question for Sheriff Cross, and that is, are the inmates still working at the transfer station? And if they are, how are we keeping them safe?
Okay.
You need to
Come up here. Yeah.
Yes, our inmate workforce is down considerably. A lot of them have reached their limit of being here that we can put out to work, but we do have, I know 1 or 2 down at the transfer station, and they're using gloves and masks and trying to keep them as safe as possible. And of course, we have hand sanitizers down there, and anytime they deal with the public, they're being urged to wash their hands and stuff. So yes, we are still working them, and they are trying to use precautions. So we also advise them not to get, if you do take your trash down there, please don't get out of your vehicle. Let them get it, because they need little, if any, contact with the public. So just, if you can, just stay in your vehicle and let them take care of it, and they'll get it out for you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sheriff. Carrie's going to, actually, she's got some things to add, and to actually touch on what the sheriff just said. The only time, like some people get down there really early, and you might have 30 minutes there that we don't have the inmates there. So, go ahead and and do what you need to. Get out and do your own garbage, take it out. But other than that, like he said, that's a big deal. Stay in your car, because that's what the men's down there for. And Carey, you want to come up? But my number is 423-667-8999. Call me anytime, or in the commissioners, and I'll see you back here at 3 o'clock, and I'll let Carey wind this thing up. Wait a minute, we got the mayor. You got anything? Okay.
All good, same thing.
Okay, great. Okay.
So we did just receive a news release for immediate release from the department, the Georgia Department of Public Health, and it does say that there are sharp increases in COVID-19 cases and deaths in Georgia. And although on our map, and these numbers are accurate, we did check them before this presentation. So on our map, you see that there's not been a change in Dade County. We do not have an active number, or an active case rather, but in the state of Georgia overnight, there was an increase of 1,504 confirmed cases in one day and 100 deaths in one day. So this is not a time to relax. This is a time to remain vigilant and continue to do what you're doing. Stay inside. It's working in this area. So keep doing the great job that you're doing. I know some of you feel like you have been in the house for as long as Noah was in the ark, but it's not quite. We're not quite there yet. So remain vigilant. Stay inside. Also, I did want to show you. This is what your absentee ballot application looks like when it comes to you in the mail. And this is mine, so I can open it. But it will come to you, you'll open it, you'll fill it out, you can send it back. But if you haven't received one in the mail, don't worry. You can go to our website at www.dadecounty-ga.gov. And on the tab that says elections, you'll see a place for that application. You can print that out and send it in, or We do have the boxes that Commissioner Rumley talked about earlier, where you can come and pick it up, fill it out, and leave it. So voting is a privilege and a right, so I would urge you to make sure that, that you get this done. So if you can, we're urging everybody to vote by an absentee ballot, if at all possible, because as County Executive Rumley said, we need 75 poll workers. We have 7 different precincts. If you have any questions about elections or voting, check out our website. We have all the information you could ever hope to have right there, including links to the website for the Secretary of State. One last thing that I wanted to close with, somebody asked us yesterday, can we microwave our cloth face masks? And that's a question for whoever made your face mask. Some of them you can microwave because they're just cloth. Just be aware that it will break down the elastic. Others, like this one, you cannot because it has a filter in there and it will catch fire in the microwave. So make sure to ask the maker of your face mask if you can microwave it to clean it. The recommended cleaning method is just soap and water and let it air dry. Again, some of you had asked for places to find those masks, so I'm going to read those numbers out. If you want to grab a pen, this would be a great time to grab one. We have already shared these numbers to our Facebook page and to our website, along with instructions to make your own masks if you want to. But the Little Rag Quilt, a special thank you to Sandy Thomas, who provided some of our masks here, like this one that have the filters. Her telephone number is 256-601-4421. And then JB's Variety Store right here in Trenton is also making face masks. The number to JB's is 706-657-2874. We would like to thank everybody for watching with us today, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.